I'm Sharyn from Sharyn Shenanigans, and this is my husband John.
John from Sharyn Shenanigans.
And we have owned an Iridium 13 signature camper trailer. We've done over 70,000
Done around
kilometres.
70,000 kilometres in it.
We've still got a lot further travelling to do, and we've loved our signature camper trailer. But John's retired now, and we are seriously considering doing a bit of an upgrade. So we've been to a few shows and had a look around, and of course we've bumped into the staff at Signature a few times at the shows and told them what we're interested in. And they actually gave us a call and said they have a brand new van. There's only one prototype of it in Australia, and would we like to steal it for a weekend and see what we thought about it? And of course we couldn't believe our luck. We're big at sticky beaking. Couldn't help have a look. So we've spent the weekend in the van, and now Signature want to know what we think of it. So we're going to download.
We're currently camping in the Capertee Valley next to the Turon River. It is quite cool, wet and windy at the moment. That's why I've got this on. Be a nice spot in spring or summer.
You want to learn to fly fish and catch trout.
If I could fly fish, trout would be nice apparently, if there's trout in this river, but we'll see how we go.
So we've stolen the new Kakadu, and it's a 13 foot, the same actual size lengthwise of ours.
As our Iridium, yes. Yep.
But it's also very different because it's double the height or 1.5.
Well, it's about 40 centimetres higher, I think. It's a hard top, whereas ours is a pop top. The bed's at the front, not at the back. You don't pop it out, so there's no setup. The door's at the back, not at the front. So it took a bit to get used to.
Perfectly honest, we've always liked our Iridium because it's short and it's a little bit of an imprint. It's almost just toes behind the Prado, like you don't even know it's there. So when we turned up to Signature and we saw this tall, giant van, we were a bit concerned, but travelling here along the Bells Line Road...
Bells Line of Road, up through Katoomba, all that sort of stuff. I wouldn't have noticed any difference between this and towing our little Iridium. It is taller. Fuel economy, I can't tell. Fuel economy looks very similar, but you can't tell on a shortish trip. But it towed beautifully.
We don't want to be sitting in a van crossing our fingers that it's going to start swaying or anything's going to go wrong. And this van did exactly the same.
Dead stable.
So that was good, and we had all of the water tanks full.
Yep.
And we have 2
4.5 kilo gas bottles on the drawbar. We had normal sort of clothes for a couple of days. We didn't carry as much as we normally do.
And then it was really strange when we arrived at the campsite and we pulled up, because usually it's all hands-on. Usually I do the bed box and lift the roof, and John does the stabilising legs and the kitchen outside. And guess what? There was no jobs for me. The bed is fully made up and it's inside, and there's no roof to pop up.
So once again, I had to do all the work.
So you got stuck with doing stabilising legs.
Yes.
And I mean, the kitchen, really pulling it out is no problem at all. If we'd pulled up on a day like today where it's raining, we wouldn't have even had to pull the kitchen out. We could have just stepped inside, and there's an induction cooktop in there, there's a microwave, and there's a sink and a fridge.
And a fridge, yes.
Which we don't actually have. And we could have easily have used that.
Oh yeah, we could do everything inside. Unlike our Iridium, we basically got to cook outside.
But last night we did cook outside because it was beautiful weather. We love the setup of how the fridge comes out. The door for the fridge actually comes down, so you can access the fridge on both sides if you don't have the kitchen out.
Kitchen out, yep. Yeah.
And then the kitchen came out and it's nice and long. Obviously, it's the opposite way to how our kitchen is,
yes,
but it's the same burner combination. To be perfectly honest, if we are looking for another van, the next van that we get for the outside cooking, we would definitely want induction. And it's not a reflection on the gas cooktops, they work perfectly fine, but just sometimes in the huge heavy winds and stuff, you're really trying to guard your gas to keep it working.
And you get no heat and it takes forever to boil water, whereas induction cooktop, 2 minutes.
Doesn't matter what the weather is, it would cook.
Yeah.
So with the battery systems that are going to come on these, you could easily have induction.
Oh, well, you can have with our little system.
We also realise you get so much more room inside the Kakadu. It feels really, really spacious. The bed is always made, so you don't have to pack it up or move the mattresses or anything.
Yep.
You do have the option. There's about a mattress about this thick that you can flip back, and then you can have 2 seats.
2 seats, yes.
And actually sit at a table.
And you don't even know that split in the mattress is there.
Yeah, because it's down on your calves.
You just fold it up, and then you fold up, you get another seat there. You got 2 seats instead of the 1 seat. And we thought, I didn't even know that split was there. And you don't feel it. Like sometimes with the 2 split mattresses, you can feel it on your hips. You can't feel anything here at all.
Yeah, so we really like that. We like the idea that there is a window in this at the front of the van, so we can see out from the bed at the front, and it just feels more spacious.
Even though it's the same size, I don't know how it can feel more spacious, but it is. It's not a huge big difference, but there is difference there. We can both get dressed at the same time instead of with our little 13 where we can't get dressed at the same time.
We would find that we would have to travel differently with this van, because while you get the more space inside, there is a payoff that there's less external storage. So in the Iridium, there is a big tunnel part that we put the fishing rods and our fire kit and things like that in. To get the more room inside the Kakadu, you actually don't have that storage space outside. So you would probably use the car differently, I think, for us. We sometimes carry our swimmers and towels and everything in the car when we travel in the Iridium because there's less storage space inside the Iridium. But this has so much cupboard space, we could fit all of that in and then use the boot for the chairs, the table.
Because at the moment we carry our chairs, table, fishing rods all in our van, but there's sort of nowhere in this one to put that stuff.
Yeah.
So you'd have to modify the way we do things and carry it around in the back of the car.
But when we arrived yesterday, we'd had a long drive and I'd been using the cameras and the laptop and everything all on the drive. They were pretty powered down and there were so many outlets.
So many USB and 12-volt outlets in there, you can plug it all in and charge it up.
I think we filled every power point.
Yes, yes.
And every USB point.
And we use the microwave as well at the same time.
Yeah, we've never travelled with a microwave before, and I used to sort of say, bah humbug, who wants a microwave? Something extra to clean. But actually it was quite nice last night when we cooked the steak. And
we had to heat up our steak Diane gravy.
We didn't have to heat it up. You didn't have to have it.
Didn't have to do it, but it's so convenient. And it's just hidden in the top of the cupboard. You don't even really know it's there. It's a different drawbar to ours. The way it's sort of bends down at an angle, so it's hard to describe, but it bends down at an angle.
And that's because this is a lot higher.
It's higher than ours, yes. Because you can get underneath this van without breaking your back, whereas ours, I've got to crawl in, I can't move. I could probably crawl in here on all fours, no problem whatsoever. But instead of carrying 2 9-kilo bottles, you've got 4.5 kilo bottles, which I like the idea of 2 4.5 kilo bottles. There's no stone deflector on the front of this one, so you'd probably have to consider, if you haven't got that, getting either a stone stomper or a rock tamers to stop the rocks coming up and chipping the front of the van. This one is currently the dark grey colour, so
which looks really modern.
Looks really good, but you might get chips, so something you got to look at.
The pantry, the external pantry is huge in here compared to what we currently have. And you also have internal access to the external pantry.
Yes.
Is that the right way to say it?
Yeah. But storage-wise, there's so much room inside there. You've got hanging spaces. You've got space for your clothes. We'd never fill it.
For us, we're budget travellers, so we're not eating in cafes. I mean, John does like a bakery, but we don't generally eat out a lot. And it's just a choice. We get immersed in our campsite and we don't really want to pack up and go in and eat in a restaurant. It's nice for a special occasion. But at lunchtime, we usually have a cold lunch. And I tell you, the new picnic fold-down table is triple the size.
Yes, it's so much better. Yes.
And it really, for me, it means that I can just buy more cameras and fill it up. Don't you agree?
No.
The other thing that I'm quite like the idea of is that the screen door is now a security door, and we could leave the door open when we're like, it gets so humid in some locations and you just want everything open, and the door space is a lot of space to let in a breeze. And now you can be secure. You could be in bed and you could leave the door open and it would work quite well. We really like that. I tried out the shower and I just love the new drainage system. I have to say, for us, drainage in the shower is a topic of conversation every time you park the van up, because you want to make sure when you finish your shower you're not still standing in a puddle of water.
Yes.
But they have like channels in the bottom of the shower. And today we're just slightly crooked. And I was like, I wonder if it'll make a difference. But after I finished my shower, everything was just gone. And I could walk. The shower and toilet area feels bigger. And it's certainly when you're standing from your waist up, it is bigger. The toilet is positioned in a way that gives you plenty of room to sit on and go to the toilet, and then the shower is next to it. It is probably more difficult to keep the toilet completely dry while you have a shower. So currently in our Iridium, the way that the shower head goes, it just falls straight down like a rain. So we don't get much water on the toilet.
Yeah, you still get a bit of water on it, but this one, I think you get more water on this one, the way it's set up. But this one, it still feels bigger space.
There is a window in the toilet, which is pretty, we've never had a window in the toilet before.
I didn't know. Oh, there is too.
Yeah,
that's right, yes.
And the other thing that I liked today, when I had the shower too hot and everything was getting steamy, you can just actually wind up and there's a little solar hatch, and it let all the steam out quite quickly, and that worked really well for us.
Yeah.
Last night, the temperatures dropped quite cool.
It was quite cool, and we went to bed with our normal blankets, and we thought we might get cold. We put the diesel heater on for a while, and I turned it off a couple of hours later, and we never got cold during the night. The temperature in this thing was so much.
It holds better because the pop tops.
Yeah, than our Iridium.
Yeah, I think the pop top isn't insulated in the Iridium.
No.
Where I don't know what they've changed about this, but it just held temperature.
It must be insulated somehow, but of course it's a hard top. You don't lose all the temperature out through the walls, whereas the pop top, that top 40 centimetres is just, you lose a lot of heat. It evaporates out of there. Plus, one good thing about this, I thought being 6'6", I thought it won't be high enough for me, but I can stand up inside, no problem. If I really stretch, my head will hit the roof. So all you normal people, you'd be fine in this one. And another issue too, I found, because it's a hard top, when you open your annex up, it's quite hard to reach up and grab your legs and put it down. I can reach it, but it's still a stretch.
Yeah, I struggle.
Sharyn will have to stand on a step ladder or something to do it. That's one thing, but I suppose it's nothing you can do. I don't know what you can do about that. I don't know, but it's just one thing. It's so high, you'd have to stretch. Yeah, stand up on something or be my height.
If we were ordering this van today, we'd probably not have the induction cooktop inside permanently in the bench top.
Yeah.
We would rather have one that we could just pull up, put on the bench top when we wanted to cook, because for us it's so infrequent that we would cook a meal inside. It'd have to be a dust storm, very bad weather, or the flies. We've had places where
Yeah,
the flies
yeah.
have just driven us inside. Like you would be eating flies in your soup if you'd eaten outside. And for us, that piece of bench top being flat and usable would override having a permanent cooktop.
Yep.
But the sink in there is great.
It's great, good, and it's got a board over it, so it's like the whole bench is just continuous. It's not a bench, then a hole, then a bench. The whole thing's continuous, so that's good. But I do like the little fridge inside. I didn't think we'd ever thought we'd want a fridge inside, but it is nice to have a little extra space, and your drinks, you can grab your drinks while you're sitting there in the van.
And somebody really liked getting up this morning and making his coffee inside the van when it was 0 degrees outside. You didn't have to go.
No, it was great. And there's, I mean, as I said before, so many power points, USB outlets for it.
And we're so pleased that the water pump switch is inside
Yeah.
and that the water in the external kitchen is permanently hooked up.
Yes.
Because they're not big deals, but they're things that just make us smile because...
I mean, because our van is 4 years old and they didn't do that back then, but now the vans are all like that.
No, Signature have come a long way.
Yes.
And some of it's been our feedback and customers' feedback
well,
from the stampedes and stuff.
Yeah.
And to be honest, we're just customers of Signature. We paid full price for our van. We've never been sponsored by them. We've never asked to be sponsored by them. The only thing I've ever asked for them is if they would support the Signature Stampede that I run. And they've been really nice and great at that. They've sponsored the dinners and some raffle prizes, but they've never actually paid us in any way. And they're not paying us to do this. We just thought it would be great fun to come and
try a different van, because we've been in the same van now for 4 years and we thought, why not?
But my point through all that is we would be happy to stay with Signature if they have the right van for us because of the after sale service. And that's really what it comes down to for us. We've got a great community, so when you have a problem or whatever and you're out and about and you can't quite catch Signature, it's a weekend or something, you can put it on the Facebook page and people, the Brains Trust, are very helpful. But we've never really had to rely on that, even though we know it's there, because we've always sent an email to the service department or picked up the phone and rang, and they might not be able to help you physically right then and there, but they actually take the time to explain what you need to do, how you can fix it, what your options are. And we've just heard other companies aren't so giving of their knowledge. And so that's one of the reasons why we wanted to try this sort of van and see if it's the right fit for us, because we would be pleased to stay with Signature if we can find the right van and it's in our budget.
We've just got to find the right van. Hopefully in the next few months we'll know what we're doing, and then...
Yeah.